This man woke up, and the next moment he was stunned. He found himself trapped on a 1,000-meter high rock. There was a deep pit below. When he looked up, his parachute was entangled in a dry tree, which somehow saved his life. But the whole wall was smooth because it was a salt mine. How could he climb up? The man quickly took out his dagger and stuck it in his shoe. Then he took out 2 more daggers and forcefully stuck them in the wall of the salt pit. He tried to climb up with all his might. He just wanted to get out of this terrible trouble somehow. But when he went only 2 meters high, the weak dagger broke, losing his support, and he began to fall quickly. Fortunately, the parachute was still stuck in the branches of the tree. But it was relieved that the dry tree could not bear its weight and began to crack slowly. The man immediately tightened the parachute ropes, pulled out the dagger, and began to cut the rope quickly. Finally, when the branch was about to break, he cut the rope and was saved from falling. Now his one leg was on the wall of salt, and his hands were somehow stuck to the rock. In this situation, when he had almost given up, his eyes went up and saw a goat was standing on the rock, quietly licking the salt. Looking at this, hope returned to his eyes. Forgetting everything else, he decided to copy the goat. With all his strength, he put his hands in the cracks of the rock. There was a deep valley below, which made his soul tremble. If he made any mistake, he would fall thousands of meters down and break into pieces. But now there was no way to get back. He used his hands and feet properly and slowly started climbing up. After a long and difficult climb, he finally reached an elevated part. But before he was able to breathe peacefully, the salt floor below him fell down. With the sound of falling rocks echoed, he tried to climb up carefully. Finally, he jumped like a goat and jumped up. His hands had reached the edge of the rock, but now his strength was responding. No matter how hard he tried, it seemed impossible to climb up. Then a goat came from above and started staring at him angrily. The goat sniffed the air and felt that it was not like its breed. Without any delay, it hit the man. Fortunately, the man was still holding the rock with one hand. He tried his best to climb up, but the goat was not going to give up so easily. It ran to attack again. This time the man grabbed the goat's horns. The goat got scared and started pulling itself back. At the same time, the man also got pulled up and finally reached the top of the rock. He lay down panting. Then he slowly raised his hand, placed it on the head of the goat, and lightly stroked it. There was a gleam of peace and gratitude in his eyes.